All right, let's get started. Hi, my name is John Wolf from Wolf Labs, and this is a video series where I discuss topic and current events in industries that I am interested in, whether it is gaming, technology, advertising, industries that are a little bit more unique and things that people don't talk about a lot. All viewpoints are from Wolf Labs and no entity. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, and comment down below. If you have any questions or you'd like to see anything for me to discuss in the future, I'm going to be doing these videos about once a week, every Sunday night at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time or a little bit before. And then following that over on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/ Wolf Labs, I will be doing gaming content every Sunday night from when the video's over to midnight. Today, for Lab Report 1.2, we will be discussing ESPN naming Ninja the Athlete of the Year, which came to a surprise to many people. And we'll also be discussing gaming clan, gaming group, Faze announcing their Phase 5 challenge, or open recruitment, and also announcing their 5 newest members. So let's dive right in. Starting off with ESPN naming Ninja the ESPN Athlete of the Year. Got a cover magazine. Very nice article write-up, which I will include in the link down below. Really interesting, talking about his daily life, his daily commitment, and kind of everything that's involved being currently the biggest streamer on Twitch, and most would say the biggest gamer right now. Why I found the particular article interesting, and even ESPN naming him the biggest athlete of the year, was his rise to fame really over this past year with Fortnite, doing live events at Lollapalooza, playing with Drake and Travis Scott and Juju Smith-Schuster, which I talked a little bit last week. But diving into the article, some of the stuff was really interesting about going to events, whether it would be a gaming convention, a gaming tournament, and how he had to value how much money he was getting paid to either show up or he could potentially win, versus him not streaming live and losing subscribers or donations at those times. He's become so big that it is sometimes more cost beneficial for him to stay on a stream rather than showing up to events where people can interact with him in person or watch him on a stage. He was saying that he could potentially lose $70,000 a day for every day he does not stream. Now let's take that into perspective a little bit. He is always on, always live, or he loses out on money. And where most of us work salary or hourly jobs, it's kind of like an hourly job in a way, where if he's not on, he's not making money. And in the article, it talks a little bit about how it took a toll on his life a little bit, and how he has his life scheduled out, from enjoying some time with his wife, streaming live for 8 hours, eating dinner, responding to family, friends for about 4 hours, and then streaming live again for 6 more, constantly repeating that circle. But then he also talked, what I thought was interesting about, is how he needs to create content when he's not streaming, so he still has that opportunity to make money. It's a very interesting complex that is the world of influencers and content creators, especially when it comes to gaming. Really interesting, really fascinating. But why I bring it up and why it matters, because ESPN naming him that now really opens eyes to the common sports fan, I should say. Some people know esports is rising. a lot of, or in the industry, you know that it's rising because of all the amount of dollars being poured into it. Fortnite announcing $100 million worth of prizes, but now ESPN really picking up on that. It's a big deal, and it opens up the eyes to a lot of different people, whether you're into sports or you're a brand that is involved in sports. It's a very untapped market right now with very few players in it, such as Dr. Pepper, Taco Bell, Old Spice, um, and Mountain Dew, and Monster and Red Bull. But there are still lots of opportunities in that particular industry, and you have fans, in a particular age range that have nowhere to go. That they don't have content on the world for them. Those who love gaming, or um, there's a lot of female focused content creators. There's not a lot of young male content creators, I would say. Um, but that's one reason why I find it really interesting. Um, yeah, so if you have any comments or questions about that, please mark those down below. Moving into the next topic of Faze Clan announcing their Phase 5, their new members, and then also their open recruitment. For those who don't know, Faze is a group of content creators or even gamers that have been around, I believe, since 2011. They have different teams for different games. It started as a group of guys all getting together and living in a house. Since then, they're averaging about $4 million of revenue in their tournament yearly. They now currently have 4 houses that young men live in, that they game basically all day and create content by night. And that's their job, and they do really, really well for themselves. They are easily the most watched streaming team in the world, and if you look at them and look at the cars they're driving and all that fun stuff, they're doing a pretty good job. So why the Phase 5 recruitment? Why I find that interesting? This can change, people's lives. Gamers, they whether they do it for fun or, with the money earning opportunities with YouTube and tournaments and Twitch. These kids that are out there, doing trick shots and trying to create content have the opportunity of a lifetime to move into this house with these other guys doing the exact same thing and instantly gain this clout that comes along with their clan. They have T-shirts and sweatshirts, and if you're anyone that knows anything about gaming or competitive gaming, the Faze Clan. And now they're opening their doors up to new members, which again, they already have 4 houses that these kids live in, or young adults or whatever, and it's just crazy. It's for people who don't know the industry, it's out on their own, and they're doing big things. And I think that's going to continue to keep growing and keep moving forward as more and more eyes open up to e-gaming and esports. Again, even with Ninja being named that ESPN Athlete of the Year, these people are going to keep getting talked about, and really it's going to be if brands are listening or they're just going to keep ignoring it, and others are going to take risk and probably pay off in a big way. The new recruits that were announced were Kaz and Mew. Both were a trick shot content creators. Both found, whether it was through certain videos or certain clips. They announced those. They're going to be announcing 3 more this week. But then they're going to open up the Phase 5 recruitment challenge, which involves, a grind for 2 to 3 months where people who want to be in Phase will be playing tons of Fortnite and trying to get tons of clips and trying to raise their own clout while trying to achieve this ultimate team. It's kind of like the modern day high school or college, trying out for the varsity team, except it's all over the internet, and you want to make this team. And I think they said 4 of that person, whoever wins, will be invited into the house. and that will be their career. And it's crazy to think about, this opportunity, especially if you know nothing about gaming, for potentially your son or your daughter to move into this house and just play video games. But hey, I love the argument and of people. Oh, why do you watch people game? Why counter the same? Why do you watch people garden? Or why do you like watch people build? Redo houses. You either want to learn a new skill, you enjoy their content, or you enjoy the people that are making it, or you're just generally interested. It's a focused group of teenagers and middle 20s. They have nowhere to go, like I was mentioning before, and Twitch and YouTube and all these other places have gathered that audience, and that audience is very strong. Um, the other thing I want to talk about, your next gaming influencer is going to be created through this, and that's why it really matters. Someone who may not have had that big of a following is going to instantly gain 10, 20, 30, 40,000 viewers, or active viewers, purely based on putting that Faze name in front of it. However many millions of dollars they win in gaming tournaments or thousands of dollars, your next influencer is going to be created from this. And it's kind of an incubation hub period time frame, for these young adults that are going to really allow them to grow and groom themselves into becoming a Faze member, and then their career is just going to explode from there. And it's going to be really interesting to watch from an outsider, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So that's going to conclude today's episode of Lab Reports. Again, make sure you like, comment, or share if you enjoyed this content. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. The link will be down below. And also make sure to check back for any gaming content that I will be doing weekly at twitch.tv/wolflabs. Thank you so much, and we'll chat next time.